This is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
I shudder thinking how the world can be so cruel. I lend my voice to those who can't. It's time we try, it's time we care, it's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Welcome back to the Special Chronicles show. My name is Daniel, founder of Special Chronicles and a Southern Tribal International Global Messenger with Special Olympics and a Service Ambassador at United Airlines. So excited to bring you a bonus episode of our Unified Work Series, a crossover episode in celebration of the International Podcast Day, live from the Oshkosh Air Show. Begins right now on SpecialChronicles.com.
Welcome to the Unified at Work series. My name is Natalia.
I'm Daniel, founder of Special Chronicles and Service Ambassador at United.
Today is a very exciting special day. First of all, we are at Oshkosh. We are returning from a year off of being at Oshkosh, so this is like the mega con of all air shows for the industry, so we're really excited to be here. And today we're with Paul Kosumbskey.
Very good.
And he is the captain for the 737 MAX, which we are currently on right now. And he's going to talk about the 737 MAX, how excited he is to be here, and a little bit about the connection between United and Oshkosh.
Yep. So the 737 MAX, it's a long line of 737s. This is the latest model. As a matter of fact, the airplane that we're on right now came from the factory last night. This morning when we picked up the airplane, it still actually had an experimental certification, so we quickly went through the certification to bring it on up here. The flight from, what's that?
Oh, I'll just
a little closer.
Yeah, a little closer to the.
Yeah, so the flight from Chicago up to Oshkosh today was its first revenue flight for United Airlines, even though it wasn't a revenue flight. We only took employees, but technically it was. So it's a long line of 737s, the 900, well, this is an 800 model in the NG fleet, but in the MAX fleet, it's called the 8. It has the new LEAP engines, which is fantastic. It has a new avionics suite. And us as pilots, we like new toys and gadgets. It has the HUD system as well. So the heads-up display is pretty cool for us civilian guys. We really enjoy it quite a bit. The company loves the efficiency of it. The LEAP engines are between 10 and 15% more fuel efficient than the next generation aircraft which we had previous, which at the time was revolutionary in its fuel efficiency. So every year we get more and more fuel efficient at United. And as you can see, looking through the cabin, it's a beautiful, spacious cabin. I know that the passengers love the fact that their carry-on luggage, for every passenger between the overhead bins and underneath the seats, we have enough luggage space for every passenger. So that's a big benefit to the flying public as well. So we love it. As pilots, we love it. Yeah.
That's amazing, and it's exciting. We flew in with it today, and we were just the first passengers then on board the aircraft.
Cool.
Really cool.
It has that new jet smell to it. I'm sorry, it has that new jet smell to it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. You can walk in and you can smell it, which is amazing. Now, from my planning perspective, I'm just curious because I'm familiar with air shows. Like, what is the planning involved to bring an aircraft? Like, we're in the middle of Boeing Plaza.
Right.
To bring that into Oshkosh. I'm sure there's a lot of planning involved behind it.
There sure was. And actually, this obviously didn't start an hour prior to departure time. All the pilots that involved in bringing the aircraft up, we all pre-briefed beforehand, and with 4 pilots that we had come up, only 2 operating, but the 4 of us, it took everybody's effort to get this airplane coming on up here because there is so much planning and preparation to bring an aircraft like this into Oshkosh and do so, of course, safely and flowing in with the traffic and everything like that. But that being said, it wouldn't happen without the EAA volunteers that just go above and beyond to make this kind of thing happen. So without them, again, it wouldn't happen at all. It's just a lot of prep and work, and it's not just jumping in your jet and firing it up and coming on up here.
Awesome. Do you have any questions?
Tell us about being at the air show, and is there any challenges with having this knowledge of an aircraft.
There are, definitely there are some challenges, but again, it comes down to the EAA volunteers. They're the one that make it safe for us. We operate the jet just as we would at United Airlines, where safety is always, without a doubt, the top concern for us. But if it wasn't for the EAA volunteers, we couldn't pull something like that off. They cordon off the area to give us safe passage getting out to the runway. We're working with the controllers at the busiest airport in the world this week, and they make it safe so that we can flow in an airplane that cruises at almost 600 miles an hour with an airplane that goes 60 miles an hour. So it's through that dedicated volunteer force that we can do this stuff so safely.
It is amazing.
And I guess one last question. And then I'll go. With diversity and inclusion being big at United, a question that I always end with the conversation, so I'll conclude with you as well.
Okay.
What does inclusion mean to you?
Inclusion? That's a great question. What inclusion means to me is everybody has a chance to shine. That's what I love about United. One of the great opportunities of United, such a big company, you have a special skill, you have a talent, and whatever it is, bring it to United, and it doesn't matter race, creed, color, no, it doesn't matter. Bring that talent to United, and we're going to make sure you shine for United.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Paul. Thank you for taking the time, bringing us here. We're super, super excited, and that was a beautiful landing. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
And next, we are speaking with Megan.
With Mckenna.
Mckenna.
Okay. Sorry, I named you Megan. Mckenna.
All good.
Mckenna is with our Aviate program. So she's going to talk a little bit more
You can
about
sit.
Aviate, what it takes to get involved in Aviate, what Aviate is, and how you too can become a pilot. Also, I have a podcast named The Wonder Woman of Aviation, so you are my Wonder Woman of Aviation today. So thank you. So here you go.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. I'm looking at the sound.
Thank you for that really, really kind, oh my gosh, introduction. My name is Mckenna, and I manage all of Aviate's marketing and communications. We're super excited to be here at AirVenture today to promote Aviate, our pilot development career program at United. So essentially, what Aviate is basically it's a program that allows aspiring and established pilots the most direct path to a United flight desk. So pilots at any stage of their career, whether they're just beginning flight training or they're already an established pilot at one of our express carriers, they can have the most direct, quickest, well, at least we hope to be quickest, pathway to a United flight deck. We partner with several different organizations and universities and colleges and companies to allow people at these flight training operators the most quickest path to United. It's a really, really wonderful opportunity, especially for those maybe who haven't had the opportunity to explore aviation, such as women and people of color. We really strive to increase that diversity within the flight deck. We hope to inspire, we hope to develop, and we hope to ultimately lead these people to the flight deck.
And that's amazing. I love the fact that you encourage, inspire. I want to know a little bit more about you, your story. How are you directly involved with Aviate? Are you a pilot yourself? Do you aspire to be a pilot? You just got bit by the bug like all of us?
Good question. I don't think I was expecting to talk about myself. No, I don't previously have a background in aviation. I actually come from a consulting firm that operated in several different industries, and then I have always kind of had the travel bug and loved, when I was little, I used to love sitting in the airport and just watching people and wondering where they were going and who they were meeting and their story. And when I came to United, the mission is truly connecting people uniting the world, and it really resonated with me. And I know that's cheesy, I mean, it sounds cliche, but at the very end of it, that is truly what I look forward to doing. And being a part of the Aviate team might have been just a stroke of luck, but something that I'm super passionate about is making a more equitable society for minorities and women. And so being a part of this program was really, really fulfilling to me because I got to combine my love of travel and connecting people and building connections with increasing, and inspiring pilots to the flight deck that might not have had the opportunity to before. So that's a little bit about my background. I lead all the marketing and communications, which means I communicate with participants or coaches externally, providing them all sorts of messages and promotions on how to get to Aviate and to the flight deck. I also manage our social media. Shout out to United Aviate on Instagram. Our branding, our digital, our website, unitedaviate.com. So pretty much all the marketing for Aviate is pretty much run by me. Of course, I have an amazing team and amazing help, but I lead all the marketing.
Yeah. If somebody wants to get involved in Aviate, how can they get involved?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. I'm super excited that you asked. This is kind of weird. I'm just looking at myself here. So you can really join Aviate at any stage of your career, whether you are just beginning flight training or you're an established pilot. We partner with several different organizations in schools. So you have to first, be affiliated with one of those schools or partners. And then once you are, you can apply to Aviate and hopefully join our flight tech. You can find all of those partners on unitedaviate.com. But one aspect that I did not talk about is our recently launched wholly owned flight school. It's called United Aviate Academy, and this targets individuals that have absolutely no flight training experience. So they are coming in with 0 hours, really building pilots from the ground up. It has an intense focus on safety and instruction, really catering to the United excellence that we expect from our pilots. But a really fantastic aspect of this program is that we hope to enroll at least 50% of women and people of color to the school, which has not been done by, I think, any flight school yet before. So we are ecstatic about that. We're partnering with several different diversity-led organizations to provide scholarships, lowering those barriers to entry, demystifying the program and making it easier to access information so they can understand how to become a pilot. So that is one thing that we just launched. You can go to it at unitedaviate.com/academy. You can learn all about the academy there. But that is just a little bit of an overview. So really, each step of the way in your career, you can join Aviate.
And one final question that I always conclude with, which is, and you already put the question from a post guest, but talk about briefly, what does inclusion mean to you?
Okay, I heard this question and I love it. Because I love it so much because when I was a little younger, I heard somebody tell me that inclusion is not inviting everybody to the party. It is offering them to dance and asking them to dance, and I think that is the epitome of inclusion. It is not enough to just tell people to come and tell people to join, but it's really immersing people into the program and making them feel a part of it and a part that they are going to actually change United and be the legacy that we continue to carry on. So I definitely think that we strive to do that in Aviate. We have a coaching program where we connect with our participants. We encourage them to meet with each other and lean on each other. Let alone, just trying to immerse ourselves in the program itself. So that is what inclusion means to me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on our podcast. We are merging both podcasts, Wonder Woman of Aviation and
the Unified Work Series on SpecialChronicles.com.
So make sure to follow us and share.
Like, share, subscribe, follow, all that you do with podcasts. Yeah.
All right. Thank
you.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
We're going to take a quick break from our conversation today to learn how you can become a Special Chronicles supporter so we can continue to produce this podcast. Support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. As an independent public media podcast, Special Chronicles will always be there for you. Now we're asking you to be there for us. As a nonprofit independent media organization, we can only make programs like Special Chronicles with listener support. Our programs provide weekly, candid, honest, and inspiring conversations about the people with disabilities community that creates awareness, support, and advocacy within each week's episode. Listeners tell us our shows are an enjoyable and necessary podcast for the intellectual and developmental disability community and everyone else who is able to listen to stories about life from a different angle. Please, if you and your family love our weekly podcast, make a one-time, monthly, or annual gift of thanks today. Support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. And hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break from our conversation today to hear a message from our partner. Support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with the ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program. The Energy Force is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives and really is powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep the lights on and our technology is powered on. As ComEd powers the lives of us, they're literally giving a voice to people with special needs. We thank ComEd for the generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd. Hey, friends, podcast listener friends. I'd like to take a brief moment to let you know about how awesome StreamYard is. StreamYard is the easiest way to create professional live streams. StreamYard is a live streaming studio in your browser. Interview guests, share your screen, and much more. Stream directly to Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and other platforms. Sign up for StreamYard and get $10 in credit with our referral link at specialchronicles.com/StreamYard. That's specialchronicles.com/StreamYard. You see the link right below on the screen here, and also will be in the show notes in the description below. But all of us at Special Chronicles, we love StreamYard. I've got a coffee mug I'm drinking coffee out of. Got a t-shirt on. I've got a
International Podcast Day is September 30th, and you can help spread the word. You may be asking, what can I do to get involved? It's pretty simple. Head over to internationalpodcastday.com and check the suggestions. Then use hashtag International Podcast Day to join the conversation. You can reach out and connect with other podcasters, listeners, and your favorite podcast hosts. Remember September 30th, International Podcast Day, a day-long celebration of the power of podcasts.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Special Chronicles Shows podcast. Visit specialchronicles.com to follow Special Chronicles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified of new episodes. Also, subscribe to our newsletter mailing list to sign up for our updates and get exclusive content delivered to your inbox. Remember to do what you do with these podcasts. Subscribe or follow and rate and review Special Chronicles on Apple Podcasts, the iHeartRadio app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Finally, please share this episode and all of our podcasts with your friends and family. Help us grow our audience and reach 5,000 downloads of our audio podcasts and over 14,000 average monthly listeners. Have a great week, and we'll see you back here next week with exciting new guests. See you next week.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.